The second most powerful nation in the world, which is highly known for its intense intention of developing its military, its economy, and its cultural impact, is now, unfortunately, going through a massive energy crisis. One of the world's greatest economies, China, has seen substantial urbanization and industrialization over the past few decades. Energy demand has significantly increased as a result of this growth, creating a deficit in recent years. How did the nation get into such a precarious position? How do government officials intend to get rid of all this? Stay tuned till the end of this video to get all of your answers. The stability of the Chinese economy and society is at risk due to the scarcity, which has become a top priority for the Chinese government. The current energy shortage in China is examined in this essay along with its reasons. Energy shortages are currently affecting China's economy and society. The nation's energy supplies are under stress due to the country's expanding population, fast urbanization, and rising energy demand. Almost 60% of the nation's energy needs are met by coal, which has a detrimental effect on public health and causes significant air pollution. Yet coal is also a significant contributor to air pollution, and the Chinese government has been working to cut back on its use recently. As a result, people are turning to cleaner energy sources like natural gas, nuclear power, and renewable energy. The infrastructure of the nation is not yet entirely prepared to manage these alternate sources of energy, and this shift has been sluggish. The high cost of alternative energy technology has slowed and hampered China's attempts in recent years to move to cleaner and renewable energy sources. As the energy demand has significantly increased, especially in the industrial and transportation sectors, demand has remained higher than supply despite efforts to increase energy efficiency, creating shortages during moments of peak demand. In the past month, there have been power outages in at least 8 of China's 34 provinces, with the north being the hardest hit. For example, the Yunnan Aluminum Corporation, a $9 billion metal company, has come under pressure from the CCP to reduce its output and reduce energy use. The CCP compelled soybean growers in Tianjin to cease operations for the same reason. People in Guangdong were urged by the local government to set their air conditioners to a minimum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius. Jiangsu is seeing even worse conditions. Several cities there have already started shutting off their streetlights. This is all quite concerning from a humanitarian standpoint because the winters in northern China, which start in late November and extend until March, are very harsh, with temperatures consistently plunging below -10 degrees Celsius. Because a portion of the population still lives in extreme rural poverty in the northwest of China, if energy sources are constrained, the region will seriously suffer from the cold. The uttermost question is why such situations take place. Since authorities began keeping track in 1961, China has been experiencing its worst heat wave. Due to the severe heat, portions of southern China are experiencing a drought, which has caused the water levels in hydropower reservoirs to decline. Hydropower serves as a primary source of electricity in provinces like Sichuan and Yunnan. Companies are at risk during dry years, particularly those in industries that depend on continuous manufacturing, like Sichuan's specialty electrolytic aluminum. Dongting and Poyang, 2 of the Yangtze River's major freshwater lakes in China, are at historically low water levels and are predicted to continue to dry up. Throughout the area, dozens of rivers and reservoirs have dried up. Apart from this, there are certain primary causes of the present energy crisis, which was the recent global increase in gas and coal costs. Gas and coal are very important for the production of energy in China. Around 70% of all the energy used in China in 2020 was produced from fossil fuels. Due to the current global shortage of coal and gas, the price of coal has increased dramatically over the past year, rising by almost $2,000, and the price of natural gas has increased even more. The Gulf of Mexico's oil production was impacted by hurricanes, which is another cause, while the Northern Hemisphere saw an exceptionally cold winter, which is another. But the main reason for the shortage of coal and gas is that as the economy of industrialized nations recovers from the epidemic, there has been an increase in energy consumption. Because of this, energy production has become significantly more expensive all throughout the world, particularly in nations like China that rely largely on fossil fuels. According to sources, the cost of coal has gotten so exorbitant that some coal power plants have simply stopped operating since they can't make a profit at the current rate. Due to this, China produced only 314.7 million tons of coal in July, a 26-month low. Even while there is still a lot of coal here, It is less than the record-breaking 352 million tons that were produced in December 2020. All of this is a part of Xi Jinping's ambitious aim to achieve carbon neutrality in China by 2060, which analysts say will require almost $15 trillion in green investment. Undoubtedly, this is a noble goal, but because there is less coal available for burning, the energy situation has been made worse. Since then, China has reopened some closed coal mines and relaxed certain restrictions, which is why August coal production went up slightly to 335 million tons, but it doesn't seem to have been enough to stop the issue. Without a doubt, Sichuan has suffered the most from power outages. This is because hydropower accounts for over 80% of its electrical generation, as well as the fact that it has experienced catastrophic weather. In terms of overall electricity generation in China in 2021, the province came in 6th place. It is number 1 in the world for producing hydropower, followed by Yunnan. According to the provincial government, the drought reduced Sichuan's ability to generate electricity by 50% in August compared to the same month last year. As one of China's main power exporting provinces, Sichuan's decreased hydropower generation has an impact on the country's entire electrical supply. The West-East Electricity Transmission Project entails transferring electricity produced in the province to the middle and lower reaches of the Yangtze River. Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Shanghai, and the nearby city of Chongqing, all of which are experiencing electricity shortages, all get it for export. The infrastructure in Sichuan does not support the large-scale import of electricity from other regions. To solve the energy crisis, the government has put in place several policies such as encouraging energy efficiency, investing in renewable energy sources, and reducing the usage of coal. To guarantee sustainable and dependable energy for China's future, however, further work is required. China's energy crisis has resulted in several negative effects. The effect on the nation's economy is one of the most important. At times of energy scarcity, several businesses have been compelled to scale back operations or close totally, resulting in huge financial losses. This has led to a decrease in consumer spending and the loss of jobs, which have further harmed the economy. In the previous year, Sichuan announced the most significant production halt. There are numerous factories in the southwest manufacturing hub that produce chemical goods, electronic components, lithium batteries, polysilicon, and aluminum. Power restrictions were also implemented in the provinces of Zhejiang, Anhui, and Jiangsu, which had an impact on the producers of steel, non-ferrous metals, polyester, textiles, and electronics. According to sources, the compound growth rate of investment in China's electrical infrastructure fell by 2.7% in 2021 compared to 2018, but the country's electricity consumption increased at a rapid compound rate of 6.7%. Finally, China's international relations have been impacted by the energy constraint. The nation has been compelled to import additional energy, mainly gas and oil from Central Asia and Russia. Concerns over the nation's reliance on foreign energy supplies and the possibility of geopolitical confrontations with other nations have resulted from this. To successfully reach pledged climate commitments, China is anticipated to completely stop using coal by 2050. Yet, China will find it more difficult to abandon fossil fuels the more resources that are committed. While China still has a long road ahead of it, it has all it needs to overcome its current energy problems and become carbon neutral. China can afford to invest the amount needed to meet its climate targets, including switching from coal to renewable energy, modernizing its electricity pricing structures, and increasing electricity efficiency. How China fulfills its carbon obligations and whether the world is on track to meet the 1.5 degrees Celsius target will be determined by the 14th Five-Year Plan. Although the action plan is still nebulous, China wants carbon emissions to peak by 2030. As you can see, the situation is very dangerous, but we want to know your view on this. Express your thoughts in the comments below. And this brings us to the end of the video. For more interesting content like this, subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to press that bell icon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.